Yo, what's up, guys? This is Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Caster, aka I'm kind of a freaking big deal. If you don't know, now you know. I'm repping SWAT Nation and 20 times to the day I die, talk to him, nap. This right here is if you don't know, now you know. Post tournament coverage edition. This is where I take any big tournaments, tournaments that I feel like were really cool, and I give you a little bit of post tournament coverage. I'll talk about the pool plays, talk about the bracket, give my power rankings going forward. So it's really fun, really passionate project of mine. Hope you guys are enjoying it, and if you are enjoying it, or you just like me, do me a favor, drop a like, drop a follow. Make sure you have, subscribe. Make sure you have those that notification bell turned on so we get notified every time I put out a new video. And most importantly, I do want to know how you guys feel about whether it's my power rankings, whether it's how I feel. Let me guys let me know. Go into the comments and whether you agree with me, whether you disagree with me, whether you think I'm ugly, whatever it is, hop in the comments. Let me know. Really do appreciate it. Again, this is the 10K for Pro Series, and I want to go right into pool play. So yeah, nothing happened here. All right, this is a little bit better. Now you're seeing a little bit of pool play. So, mind you guys, a little bit different how we've done in the 5K. So, in the 5K, there was usually 16 teams that made it into pool play. So, you would have 4 groups of 4, and they would fight it out, and then you would actually end up with 8 teams over in bracket play after pools are done. This was a little bit different. The 10K was an 8-team invitational, so there was 2 pools, 4 teams each, and only 4 teams made it to bracket play. So really exciting. We're gonna start off talking about Cloud9. Cloud9 made up of Eco, Penguin, Renegade, and Stellar. Obviously, a stellar team, if you will. They went undefeated in pool play, including beating out Sentinels, which made up Frosty, Neptune, Royal 2, and Snakebite. That was really interesting. That was a really really interesting matchup. Cloud9 going to the Sentinels. I was excited to watch that. It was crazy. Next up was Kingdom. Kingdom was able to get 1 win on no ice, but they still ended up losing 2 times. So neither Kingdom nor No Ice were able to make it into bracket play out of Group A. Moving on to Group B, you have Inconceivable, made up of. Oh, well, for some reason it didn't pop. Oh, it did pop. I'm sorry. Made up of Boobadoo, Bound, Saiyan, and Falcated. I was really big on this team. In case you didn't know, I just felt like they were my number one team. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That was my number one team last week. So if you actually saw my power rankings in my video for the 5K last week, you would know that Inconceivable was my number one team to beat. I was high on them, and sadly, they didn't do as well as I would want to. We're gonna talk about that when we get into bracket play. Next up is Kansas City Pioneers. Wow. They managed to go 2-1, which is obviously a big deal. They lost one to Inconceivables, obviously. That's made up of Manny, Druck, Soul Snipe, and Taulik. They played well. They played really well. And man, shoot, watch out for KCP. KCP, they're a really good squad, and they're really efficient. That's the big thing about KCP is how efficient they are. So you might be able to steal a Slayer from them, but when it comes to OBJ, man, what? They're dangerous. They could definitely OBJ with the likes of with the best of them. Excuse me. Going into going into bracket play. Bracket play was a little bit interesting. You had Cloud9 going up against KCP. Actually, that was a crazy matchup. It actually went to game 5. As you can see, Cloud9 was able to put 3 wins on the board. KCP was able to put 2. And man, was it crazy. Somehow Cloud9 able to weather the storm and take out KCP to make it into your finals. While Sentinels Inconceivable had a very interesting matchup. They actually won 3-1. And it was pretty crazy. It was a pretty crazy series of its own. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I really think that Inconceivable, couple of things go their way, and we would have had a totally different finals. Same thing with KCP. Same thing. Like 1 or 2 things going their way, boom, we have KCP and Conceivable in the finals, and Sentinels and Cloud9 don't even make it. And then obviously, as you can see, and then the graphic here, Cloud9 actually ends up losing 1-3 to Sentinels. Sentinels played absolutely incredible. Now, mind you guys, Cloud9 beat Sentinels in pool play, came back in bracket play, and Sentinels, When they say when an animal's backed against the wall, that's when you see the claws. That's when you saw Sentinel's claws right there. They came out swinging and they ended up winning that 3-1. It was absolutely incredible. I hope you guys, I'll be posting some replays, some highlights on my Twitter feed. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, because man, was that one hell of a series and one hell of a tournament. Going into, so I'm actually gonna go straight into power rankings, because that's obviously it's Friday. Tomorrow's gonna be Saturday. Tomorrow we'll be talking about a whole new season, so I don't want to go too much into the nitty gritty. Next week we'll have Finals MVP. We'll have clips of the tournament. But right now I just want to put out something here, and I want to talk about these power rankings. And I want to see if you guys agree with me on this one. That's what I'm really curious about. I want to know if you guys agree with me. Here's my power rankings. And as I always say, guys, give me a chance, okay? Don't just look at this and don't just say, oh my gosh, Tony's an idiot, or Why Not's an idiot. I don't know which one it is. Let me defend myself, okay? Watch the whole video. Gosh, give me a chance. All right. Number one, you have Sentinel. Sentinel's obviously one of the most consistent teams in Halo's history. Despite losing to Cloud9 in pools, they still managed to weather the storm and come back to become your grand champions. Now, the real question is, can they ride this momentum, or will Cloud9 or Inconceivable's catch up? I was really excited about Sentinels. Obviously, again, they lost to Cloud9 in pool play, came back to take them out in ranked play. That was obviously incredible. So, really no drama here with putting Sentinels there. But I know a lot of you guys are gonna be upset with me. I'm putting Inconceivable back at number 2. Inconceivable, yes, I'm still riding this team hard, and although I loved what Cloud9 has done, Inconceivable ran into a hot Sentinels team round 1, and Sentinel ended up winning the entire tournament. Inconceivable has been super consistent in H5 and seemed like one of the most well-balanced teams in the top 8. I'm still riding Inconceivable's train really hard. I'm not gonna punish them for running into the team that won in round 1. I don't think that would be fair. I don't think that would be doing them justice. Boo Boo Doo saying, Falcated and Bound, these guys are the real deal. Watch out for them. Number 3, I have Cloud9. I didn't disrespect them. I have them as number 3. Okay. Yes, I know Cloud9 went undefeated in pools. Yes, I know Cloud9 got second place. But my gut is telling me that if Inconceivable and Cloud9 met up, that Inconceivable would have taken it. We will see if this team can get back to their old form, because at one point, 3/4 of this roster was one of the most dominant teams in Halo. And I will say, I'm really excited to see if Cloud9 and Sentinels ends up being that rivalry that Splice and Tox War, Splice and Optic were, because, man, it can be really exciting. There's a lot of firepower, but I'm telling you, man, Inconceivable, they are tough, and that's why I have to put Cloud9 number 3. No surprise here, but man, am I happy to say KCP. Kansas City Pioneers, this team really played lights out and earned the 4th place spot in the 10K and in my power rankings. Now they simply cannot let this success go to their head. KCP needs to stay hungry and keep striving for greatness. The team is made up of Manny, Druck, Talik, and Soulstipe. And let me tell you, man, not only is that the team, but it's all about what Kansas City Pioneers bring to the table. Like, every time I'm in a stream, I see KCP representatives there making some noise, lending their team their energy and whatnot. I love what this organization is doing, and I feel like I want to see more of that in Halo. And even, especially for the smaller orgs, I want to see you guys in there repping your org, repping your team, and making some noise. And that's what KCP does. And man, they made number 4. Number 5, Falling Esports. Obviously, there's a core group of Envor, Musa, and Septify. Falling Esports pulled off a big win on Flyers, but was not able to take out KCP in pools, so it's only right we placed them right here at number 5. This was my dark horse team going into the 10K, and I feel like they played well. I'm looking forward to see if this team excels, or will some new names break out into the top 5 next season? We don't know. The new season might bring some names that we have not seen in season 1. So obviously, I feel like Falling Esports has the capability to stay in top 5 and even move forward. However, I want to see what some of this new blood has. And I guess the total opposite of new blood, the old blood, if you will. You got number 6, you got Flyers, the veterans that been there, done that. Flyers, it honestly feels weird dropping this team down to the 6th place. As you all probably know, I'm a huge fan of this squad and expect them to do big things come Infinite. I'm sure they will climb up my power rankings in season 2. And again, it's made up of commonly Super CC, Straight Sick, and filling in for the rest of H5 is Spartan the Dog. Just so much talent, just raw talent on this team. When I think of the ceiling of Flyers, I think of wow, they can literally go through a couple rounds and upset like 2 or 3 teams and win and actually win a tournament. Like you're not gonna count these guys. Dude, commonly is a X game gold medalist. Spartan the Dog has been literally so consistent throughout multiple Halos. And speaking of consistency, Straight freaking Sick, dude. I remember seeing Straight Sick over in Halo 3, back in Team Classic, but I even heard he was a free-for-all kid back in Halo 2. We're talking about consistency and just oozing greatness. I don't know why I use the word oozing. And Super CC, same thing. Dude, Super CC is a master Halo 5. This guy's the real deal. At number 7, Kingdom. Pulling off the win against No Ice in pool play was quite impressive. Kilimanjaro, Clip, Halo Elite, and Bones. Many said they got lucky being in the position they were in. However, them pulling off a win in pool definitely shut some doubters up. One of their players did announce he was a free agent, so I'm curious to see if their core 3 stay together. Or will we see this team disband? I did see Bones on Twitter announce that he was a free agent. So I don't know if Halo Elite, Clip, and Kilimanjaro are going to continue going forward, or will they just, totally, branch out and create, 2 new teams or 3 new teams? Who knows? Number 8, you have No Ice. Jared, Barge, Gold Star, and JK. I was a little disappointed to see No Ice come out winless in pools during the 10K. They were able to beat some top teams in the past, but it seems as last week was simply not their week. I still have a lot of faith in this roster. However, we will no longer be seeing JK in this lineup. I wonder who will replace him. I really do. JK was obviously a fantastic player, and the moment I feel like it was crazy, like obviously Jared, Barge, and Goldstar have had success in the past with numerous different teammates, but it was weird. The moment JK jumped on that squad, I was like, wow, dude, this is the missing piece right here. Dude, JK just brought something different to the squad, brought that X factor, if you will, and he played absolutely lights out. So I mean that rounds out my power ranking right there. And granted, guys, this is season 2 is gonna be starting tomorrow. And now I also want to drop in the comment as well. Do you think that these top 8 teams are going to stay the same as far as at least 3-4 to these rosters, or will we start seeing totally different teams? Obviously, you have Ace. Ace's team, I think he was teaming with Sabinator and a couple of really strong players, and they didn't make it out of the open. So we're gonna find out if they're gonna come back. Just I can make a list. That would be another YouTube video of other teams that that might make it out. But I want to know what you guys think. Who's gonna be the new faces coming in to this top 8 coming in to the next pro? Well, obviously the opens next, but then there'll be a pro after that where there'll only be an invitational to 16 teams. Who will be new? Well, we'll see these top 8 teams stay the same. We'll see these core 3 maybe pick up 1 player and just keep playing lights out. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. And again, as always, if you guys like the video, make sure you drop that like button. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Make sure the notifications are on as well, so you get notified every time I put out a video. I put out content like this where I put out post-tournament coverage. However, I also got plays of the week coming up. That should be coming up very soon. On top of that, I did an event with Commonly, where it was absolutely incredible. I interviewed him, challenged him to a 1v1, and then did film review with him. That video will be coming up very soon. If you don't know, now you know, behind the screen. So different. It's still, if you don't know, now you know series, but it's going to be a different segment called Behind the Screen. So that's going to be really exciting. And as always, guys, why not be reckless? AK want to be casting. AK, I'm kind of a freaking big deal. If you don't know, now you know. We're signing out, guys.